Hi, this is Poet Spice, Jamie Lola Tallulah, and I'm here to do another Not Too Shabby shop design team project. Here I'm showing you the items that I'm using from other companies to do the card. And then here are the two from her shop. So I'm using the slimline card from the Whimsy, which is fabulous, and I love that one. And she got it back in stock. I hope it's still there. And then the Stamping Bella stamp set, which is the bundle Tea Party Girl. She's so cute in the little bunny. Now it's all one image, but you will see when it comes to my project, I stamped it and I cut all three apart. So that's another way that you can use your images. So here I'm just showing you that I'm using this Tim Holtz cracked pistachio ink, and I'm just using the plastic on that the plastic packaging as a way to put the ink on there and let it smooth a little bit. So I'm just inking that up because I want it to match with my background papers. So that's just fabulous. She may have, I'm not sure, she may have blending brushes in her shop. So you can always go check to see if she has the actual blending brushes in the Not Too Shabby shop. So I've done all the die cutting and cutting my piece down so that this video would be a little smaller. I cut mine 8.5 by, I believe it was 7.5 inches. And then I folded it in half and scored it, so that we'd have a long card and it will fit in a business size envelope. Here I had run that wonky kind of slim card die, and I ran it through my die cutter in two different patterns. So you've got this geometric pattern and then the floral pattern. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue all those down, the inlay pieces, because I just thought it was so fabulous. This is one of the stacks of paper I had pulled out of my de-stash pile. And I decided, well, let me go ahead and use this for something. And then I just keep using it. So now the pad's almost gone. Jamie also used to have the Tonic Nouveau adhesive in her shop. I'm not sure if she still does at the moment, but she definitely has some Nouveau drops and some Nouveau glitter. All those are by Tonic, and you can go check those out. So on the inside here, I just cut down some mats and layers, so I'm going to go ahead and mat that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the inside of the card. When I glue it in, I kind of wanted it a little off center so that I would have more room for some of the items I was going to put on the inside. Then I decided to change the layout for the inside eventually. You'll see that. Now, I did not show this, but these are some Griffin dies in a tea themed. And as you can see, that's what we're going for. I believe it's either later this month. They're going to have a coffee lovers hop, blog hop. And so I'm using tea themed items. Here you can see where I cut apart that stamp set, and I'd already colored it. And I'm just trying to decide, what am I going to put where? And I love the fact that this die set has a backing layer. So I'd already inked those up. I'm going to glue it down. And this time I used 110-pound cardstock because I had some left over from cutting down the card base. And so I'm really liking using that for some of these more detailed, heavy, such with embossing. I really like the embossing that comes on them. So here I'm just going ahead and gluing up the layers for the teacup saucer. And I use that cracked pistachio to go over all of the embossing on these pieces as well. And I just took that, and in case you were wondering, I just took that inside piece at the top where the liquid would be, and I just colored it with some Tim Holtz Distress ink as well. Matter of fact, I want to say it was the tea stain. The irony of that. So here I'm just going to go ahead and put on some foam tape. This I got at the dollar store. So we can just give it a little bit of dimension. The worst part about foam tape is having to take the backing off. And then I'm just going to glue that down in the corner of my card. Okay. Here, I've taken the rabbit from the set. And when I fussy cut it out, I colored it up. And then I put it down here by the teacup. It's so cute. So like I said earlier, this is just another way to use your stamps. So it was a scene stamp, but then I just decided I was going to fussy cut all the pieces. I had considered doing more of the cakes and splattering them around on the card front, but I thought the one was enough. So here I'm just layering up the sentiment, putting the frame on there. That's the Graphic 45 frame and a backing from Tonic dies actually. And I'm trying to decide where I wanted it to go. That little cake is just so cute with the little carrot on the top. Now I wanted this frame to be a little popped up, but I didn't want it as high as the other pieces. So I went back and pulled out a thinner foam tape to put on this section, just so it would have a little bit of lift, but not as much as the other items. That little Bumble girl with her little teacup and her hat is just so cute. So now I'm trying to decide where I want her and whether I wanted her flat or raised up. And then I decided I wanted her behind it to look like she was kind of sitting either behind or on the little sentiment. I just love it. So cute. So this is where I decided that I wanted to do something different with the inside. I was going to do it landscape, but then I decided to just go ahead and do it vertically like the front of the card. So I rearranged where I was going to put the teapot and the teacups. And then once I did that, I decided that, I kind of need a different sentiment. So I pulled out that Tonic die set again to cut a white layer for someone to write on the inside of the card. And because I didn't do that ahead of time, I went ahead and pulled out my diamond press marquee. By the way, I do have a demo video for the marquee. As you can probably see, my little folder is well loved. I die cut a lot. All right, I'm going to put my little marquee back where she belongs and my die back in the package. Here I'm just going to go ahead and glue on the teacups and the teapot. These two were distressed with the cracked pistachio. And I just love how they came out. So there you can see a little bit closer what was going on inside the card. I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the spoons that go with it or not, and then I ended up deciding against the spoons. As you can see me fling it off to the side. So here's my finished card. Then I was deciding, do I want bling on it or not? I couldn't decide if I wanted pearls, what I wanted. So here you can see that I'm going back and forth trying to decide what I do want to add, because I wanted to cover up those little holes in the tag on the sentiment. So now you can kind of see my design process. Although this is way more streamlined than usual. So while I'm going through this, once again, the Bumble stamp set is in Jamie's shop. So that's what I'm using. She may still have some of the slimline pieces, so you could go back and check that. I have not used any Nuvo drops in this one. I'm using the Tonic glue. However, I'm putting the gems on here. You could very well use some of the Nuvo drops that Jamie has in her shop for these little pieces instead of trying to use gems. And as you can see there for a little bit how much trouble it was to try to get that on there. I like using Nuvo drops as well because you can avoid some of that. So here's just a close-up section of the card. I so love how it came out. I hope you do too. Go check out our shop, and thanks for watching.